kind of slammed y'all down there for a minute. Welcome back to Southern Extreme TV, guys. Thanks for hanging out with me today. We're kind of torn between like a couple different spots. I was actually going to another property and literally made a U-turn and came right back to here, and then sat here and had an internal dilemma as to which stand I wanted to hunt. So I'm gonna hunt a random stand that I did not plan on hunting tonight, and we're gonna hope for the best. This is a property where we got a lot of does. There's food, and there's the potential for a buck to show up that we've not got a photo of. So that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to try. This is actually the stand. If you guys have been keeping up with the channel, we actually hunted and killed an 8-pointer out of this stand last year. We're hunting a tripod, so it's a little different, so I've got to switch up my filming routine. Originally, I was like, man, I'm not even going to take my camera tonight. I'm just going to go relax, enjoy some time away from the camera, but then I can't let myself do that. I enjoy filming, and I enjoy hanging out with you guys way too much if I can do it without busting a window in my Tundra. But we're going to swap everything over to the old tripod for the camera, as well as what we're going to be hunting in tonight. So I'm hoping we can get it done. I have no idea if we're going to see anything at all. I am going to change out. I've got a trail camera here. I'm going to swap out the trail camera that's up there for this Tacticam. So I am going to get that rolling, just so that way we can keep a really good tally on what is moving through this area. Because this is one of those places where a good deer can show up kind of randomly. And I would like to know like the day that deer shows up, so that way we can be in here hunting him pretty quick. So with that being said, let's go see if we can have some fun and get it done. I'm out of breath, fat. Just got done eating a big old lunch with the family. But we're gonna see if we get lucky tonight. That 8-pointer that we shot out of here last year, he wasn't huge, but he's the biggest deer I've ever killed off this property. And we never had him on trail camera. Didn't know he existed, but he showed up. So that's kind of what we're hoping happens tonight. I just don't have enough room in a tripod to film, to set up a filming tripod and get my gun in here and be able to maneuver and all that. It's just a little too tight. So I'm gonna film as absolutely best as I can. We're up here and we're hunting. That's all we can ask for. Let you guys take a little sneak peek at this little beauty right here. So this is the Springfield Model 2020 308. Got a carbon fiber barrel. It's got a tracked optics. It's the Toric Ultra HD scope on there. Super clear, super smooth to shoot. And I've never shot a deer with it, so I figure what better way to break in a new rifle than to go hunt a stand that I haven't hunted all year long. Alright guys, we are set up and ready to go. We have not hunted here for a pretty good while. Like I said, Dad's been spending a pretty good bit of time in this specific property. But there's a lot of deer in this area, and I think that these deer are really and truly still in the rut to an extent. They're more focused around food, and one of the things where I really just want to hunt as close to bedding and as food as possible, because then any rut activity that we have will hopefully take place pretty close to there as well. So guys, it's the next morning. We had a bunch of deer come in on us. Well, after shooting light, they finally moved on down this ridge. And I was able to sneak out here, but I had to leave. I had to leave all my camera gear up in the tree to keep from just blowing this place up. So, back here this morning, Dad's hunting the opposite side of the property in the same stand he was in yesterday afternoon. So I'm hoping with all the doe movement last night that these bucks are going to want to just make their rounds and check everywhere that those does have been at. We'll try our best to get it done this morning. I think between 8:30 and 9:30 is when we need to be ready. It's about 7:45 right now. I think here in the next 30 minutes is when we have a chance for a bigger buck to come through. I think they're wanting the does to go ahead and filter through to their bedding area, and those bucks are just going to come in and check those trails just to try to find them another hut. Jesus Christ. Dude, that shot had to be on our property. Like, there's no way it wasn't. Extreme TV, we are going into some thicker timber tonight to try to find some deer. It has been a struggle bus here lately. I just realized I left my face mask back home, so that's not good. We're going to hunt a little small single man stand in a very, very tight quarter type area this afternoon. Dad went and checked the camera, and we've got a pretty decent buck over here, not a massive buck whatsoever. However, the positive thing is that this deer daylighted yesterday afternoon at like 12 o'clock. So as long as he did not get shot yesterday afternoon or this morning, then that deer is still alive. We're gonna head on over to this place. We're gonna give it some time in this stand and see if we can get it done, guys. Hopefully it's gonna be a cool little video. Thanks for hanging out. Hit that subscribe button. All right. Should be ready to get everything packed up. I've not hunted this stand all year. To be honest with you, I don't even know if I hunted this stand maybe last year, but probably 2 or 3 years ago, I actually stuck a pretty good deer with a bow out of here. Let you guys take a look at this bad boy right here. That's the old 30-30 Marlin, son, with a new stock, new little wood stock, and obviously the new kind of upgraded tactical looking thing. The only thing I haven't done is cut this back to where I could add a suppressor onto the end of it, but I don't know if I really want to do that. I love how short and compact this gun is. It's perfect for what I'm trying to do tonight, getting in real tight into close quarters where I can maneuver this thing around. I can shoot it left-handed really easy if I need to. So pick you guys up. We're gonna slide off in here, and like I said, we will probably whack a doe tonight if she comes out. So let's see if we can get lucky. We're set up and good to go. I can remember now exactly why I do not come in here and hunt. This stand is horrible. I feel like I'm falling out of the tree. Or I've got the stand crammed up in a hole in the tree where if anything comes in behind me, I'm pretty much screwed. And I've got very few shooting lanes over here to my left. But I mean, that's how this place is set up. Really and truly, I think we need to, this probably needs to be a ground blind, to be honest with you. See if we can get a deer down with the old 30-30. Like I said, it's perfect for this up close, tight quarters type stuff. safety off. It was a older button buck come in there. That doe looked young. I couldn't tell. It's hard for me to tell. I thought they might have been twins. But then when that button buck went back over there too, where I could tell that doe was older. It's odd, very odd that button buck is still hanging out around that doe. They're still just right over in there in the woods, not far from me. But then they come in from behind me. But I had her dead at 10 yards easy. And she looked up there at me like everything was fine. But then, all of a sudden, she gets over there into some thicker stuff. And she starts throwing her head up in the air. Right when she started doing that, I said, well, I'm going to shoot her right there. I was trying to get the camera on her, and just couldn't get her on in frame. Trying to clear my throat while that truck goes by. But then she got out there and started stomping. I could have shot her right there, but she was cornering. She was basically facing me, and I would have had to have shot her right in the neck. And at the time, she wasn't blowing. She just knew something wasn't right. Got these daggum dogs barking. Which the dogs barking might actually help if there's a buck in the area, because that buck might think that doe's just blowing at them dogs. Those dogs bark all the time. The only thing that sucks is that's probably where that doe and button buck came from. That's probably a good indication as to where that bigger buck that's in here, where he probably wanted to come from. The next afternoon, I don't know which afternoon was the last one where I hunted, but we hunted yesterday afternoon, and we had some deer blow us out of our area, and then we wound up having a deer sneak in on us, and we never did get a look at him. It was right at dark. I believe it was a buck, because at the same property, those deer came in there at night, or this morning, and they were in there pretty much all morning during the daytime. But on another tract of property, we had two really good bucks. One is pretty much our number one target buck right now, that daylighted this morning. Dad is actually hunting that deer right now. And then about an hour later, a brand hammer new shooter buck that we've never seen before daylighted as well. And as a matter of fact, that deer daylighted probably at like 1:30 in the afternoon, just on the other side where my dad's hunting at. Dad actually had to wait to go into that spot because that deer was in front of the trail camera. I'm not gonna hunt with the old lever action tonight, because these are two really, really good deer. Not to say that deer that we've been hunting the past 2 afternoons is not a good deer, but I just got a lot more faith in this Savage 308 than I do in that 30-30. And we do have even though this area is real tight where we're hunting, I do have the potential to shoot a deer at about 80 or 90 yards down the road bed. So I want to have that confidence level there with me. So let's go get in here. Let's go have some fun, see if we can shoot a deer, guys. Well, that's just about our luck. Just got a text message from my Tacticam Reveal cell cam, and that buck that we've been hunting over at the property where I've carried that lever action. That buck just daylighted here in this wind. I came this close to hunting there because I said, you know, the way this wind's gonna blow, that deer's probably gonna want to be either bedded down in them pines, travel too far. That's a great place for him to come check for the dogs. We're gonna try to ride this puppy out, holding on like a dang possum. Crazy. This is nuts. Where I need to be at is at home on the couch. Holy smokes. Guys, that right there is probably the most brutal conditions that I've hunted in all year. That wind absolutely beat me to death. We had about, literally probably 7 minutes of just calm, not even really calm, just the wind not just straight up gusting 25 miles an hour. And it was the last time that I talked to you guys, and as soon as I turned the camera off, I heard something walking behind me, and it was a doe. And his doe came out and fed, and I mean, she was just nervous as heck, but she was not nervous for any particular reason. I mean, it was just because the wind was blowing so hard. She was just nervous about everything. Some turkeys flew up, and that boogered her a little bit. But then she kept looking back behind her where she came from, and I said, well, there's got to be another deer there. And sure enough, right at dark, I could hear something coming. And when I say hear something, it was right up under me. And I could see a deer standing there, but it was so dark I couldn't tell exactly what it was. So I threw the gun up, and I could tell that if it had horns, it was real small horns. And turns out it got up there in front of the trail camera, and it was a spike. So that wind, it picked back up, and I'm talking just absolutely pounded me probably the last 20 to 30 minutes. It was awful, brutal. Temperatures dropped like crazy. It went from like 60, probably like 71 to like 53. So the temperature dropped almost 20 degrees, and I did not wear enough clothes for it. It was absolutely brutal. But that's it for today's video, guys. We have been just absolutely wearing ourselves out this season trying to get you guys some content, and it's been tough, man. It's been brutal. I'm not gonna lie. It has been, which North Carolina is tough, man. We're not a Midwest state. Our rut is weird. Our deer are weird. Our neighbors that we hunt around are difficult. It's a tough place to hunt and try to kill big deer. But we're gonna try to stay hard at it. So with that being said, guys, hit that subscribe button. I'm trying to grow this thing to 100,000 subscribers, so every click gets me one step closer. It means the absolute world to me, that you're taking time out of your day to watch what I got going on. So with that being said, I will see you guys next time. I'm gonna go warm up and get me some dinner. Catch y'all on the next episode.